Welcome to Soul Aligned Manifestation, a gentle space to reconnect with your vision, realign with your energy, and manifest in a way that feels deeply true to you. I'm your host, Alison. Here you'll find grounded guidance and insight to help you bring your dreams to life while nurturing your well-being every step of the way. Hey there, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about some of the reasons why some people are able to manifest easier than others. I know for me personally, I have over the years just seen so much content on how people are so successful with manifesting and how they'll use popular manifesting techniques like the law of attraction and the law of assumption. And they've seen such amazing results. They've been able to manifest the money of their dreams and the life of their dreams. And it just seems like it happens so quickly and easily for some people. And I personally have spent years following the advice of these people who have successfully manifested. I've done the law of attraction and I've done the law of assumption. And these are real spiritual laws, and they definitely are a part of successful manifestation. But there's a lot more to the picture than just these techniques. And so I just want to take a look at why some people just seem to breeze through manifestation and it's just super easy for them. And some people like me have had to go through a learning process with it. For me, manifesting worked with some things. It worked very well with manifesting my life partner. But with other things, I had to go through this years-long experience of trial and error before I finally was able to really figure out something that worked for me. And it wasn't until that point where I had this bigger picture, all-encompassing reading that really covered all of the bases that I was finally able to move forward and make significant changes with my manifesting. So let's look at this from a soul level perspective. Before incarnating, each soul chooses specific themes or areas to focus on in this lifetime. Each soul has its own unique purpose based on what it's here to explore or experience. Some come to make a contribution to the planet. Some come primarily to learn, grow, and evolve. Some are here to support the evolution of others. And some simply come to enjoy being human and have human experiences. I want to talk about what a soul's life focus is. A soul's life focus is the overarching purpose or intention that guides its experiences in that specific lifetime. Understanding your soul's life focus can give you clarity on why you're here, what drives you at a deeper level, and why certain desires or patterns keep showing up in your life. Souls choose one of four reasons to incarnate here. They have a primary life focus, and there can also be a secondary life focus. The first life focus that I will talk about is what's called the learning lifetime, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a lifetime where the soul's main focus is growth through experience and integration. These are lifetimes that are often chosen when a soul recognizes there's an energetic quality that they're missing. So it's something that will be important for future evolution. So every soul has strengths, and these often relate to your soul group of origin or the energy center of training that I also talked about. However, it's also true that souls have qualities that they're missing energetically. Only source, God, or spirit holds every energetic quality because it's the totality of all energies. And we as souls are just aspects of that wholeness. We are all fragmented pieces of source consciousness. So we carry some of these energies, but not all of them. So, for example, a soul that's mastered compassion and love over many incarnations, maybe they've developed powerful healing abilities. However, that same soul might struggle with receiving. They've become so accustomed to giving that the balance of receiving hasn't yet been integrated. So, in another lifetime, they might be learning that exact lesson, how to receive love, support, or care, so that they can embody greater wholeness on the soul level. That's the core of soul evolution, experiences that shape us. And over time, we gather more of the qualities that we once lacked. This integration process helps us grow not just individually, but also contributes to the collective vibration of the planet. So when you're in a learning lifetime, you're doing deep soul work and you're helping uplift the world. When you're in a learning lifetime, focusing on what your primary life lessons are can help to accelerate your manifesting process. So for example, if your primary life lesson is perseverance, your soul might be learning about developing a sense of dedication and determination around your goals. So your manifestations might require that you stick with something even when it becomes difficult, and the soul learns the value of sticking with an endeavor in spite of how hard it is. If your life lesson is patience, like mine is, your ability to manifest will grow and accelerate when you exercise patience while manifesting. Even though that might seem a little contradictory, it's true. If you focus on what your life lesson is, because your essentially focusing on learning what your soul came here to learn, then that in itself is going to help you manifest more effectively. Here's some signs that you are in a learning lifetime. Your early life has been filled with challenges. Manifesting does not come easily or instantly, and it often requires growth or change first. And you notice patterns that repeat, but each time you're responding with more awareness and strength. Most lifetimes include some degree of learning. However, a true learning lifetime is one where soul evolution is the main theme, and that often makes it more intense, especially emotionally and energetically. Souls in a learning lifetime typically have more negative unjustified karma. And as a reminder, when you have more negative unjustified karma that you're manifesting according to, you will need a different approach to manifesting that is beyond using techniques such as the law of attraction or the law of assumption. Just as a refresher, negative unjustified karma is basically wounding on the soul level that is carried over from lifetime to lifetime, unless healing is done to resolve it. The next life focus I'll talk about is what is called a contribution lifetime. In a contribution lifetime, a person's soul has agreed to play a specific and meaningful role in service to others. This kind of lifetime usually involves supporting a larger collective, whether that's a community, a movement, or even humanity as a whole. Someone in a contribution lifetime might be here to bring forward a groundbreaking idea or invention that benefits a lot of people. They could be called to lead, to guide a group, to stand up for a cause, or to uplift a specific population, such as an ethnic, political, or spiritual community. This kind of soul path is usually about purpose and service on a broader scale. It's about fulfilling a mission that goes beyond personal evolution and impacts others in a significant way. That said, contribution lifetimes are relatively rare. Not everyone is here to play a public or large scale role, but when someone is in a contribution lifetime, there's often a clear sense of destiny, calling, or responsibility that drives their life forward. Here's a few telltale signs that you might be living in a contribution focused lifetime. You've always felt as if you're here for a reason bigger than yourself, and you're naturally driven to fulfill that. Giving back and making a positive impact comes naturally to you. You genuinely enjoy being of service to others or to the world. You're already in a role that reflects this path. Maybe you're a community leader, a change maker, an advocate for a cause, or the creator of something that's had a meaningful effect on others. The next life focus I want to talk about is called a support lifetime. A support lifetime is one where the soul's primary purpose is to assist someone else on their journey, whether that means helping them learn important life lessons or resolve karmic ties. A helpful way to think of the support lifetime is to think of it like a play. We each have roles to play in one another's stories, and sometimes a role is to be the support in someone else's growth. For example, you might be in a long-term partnership where your spouse has gone through significant health issues, career struggles, or emotional healing. Being by their side through these challenges might be a key part of your soul's growth, which offers you the opportunity to deepen your understanding of commitment, service, emotional maturity, or unconditional love. This type of lifetime is actually the most common life focus. Here's some signs you might be in a support lifetime. You feel a deep sense that a close relationship, such as with a child, parent, partner, or sibling, is central to your soul's purpose in this life. Your personal relationships are your top priority, and they tend to be deeply meaningful. You're likely a parent, and raising your children feels especially significant to your life path. The last life focus that I want to talk about is what's called a rest lifetime or a holiday lifetime. I know that I've certainly noticed people who seem to glide through life with ease, where good things just seem to fall into place for them effortlessly. And they don't seem to encounter much struggle, and manifesting what they want feels natural and uncomplicated. These people are most likely in what is known as a holiday lifetime or a rest lifetime. Souls might choose this kind of lifetime after experiencing several intense, growth-heavy incarnations. It's a way to take a break from the heavy lifting of soul evolution and instead focus on rest, enjoyment, and receiving the richness life has to offer, basically. These lives are designed to be replenishing on a soul level, offering uplifting experiences and fewer difficulties. In most cases, there's little to no unresolved karma being carried over, and any past life baggage is intentionally put on hold. So for these people, their negative unjustified karma is on ice, so to speak. So they don't have any negative unjustified karma that they're manifesting according to. Holiday lifetimes tend to be smoother and more effortless overall. People in these lives often experience harmonious relationships, financial ease, and are sometimes born into supportive, privileged environments. If there's a downside, it might be that these lives can feel a bit uneventful or lacking in deeper soul level transformation. The truth is that Earth can feel like a playground or a classroom, depending on the soul's intention for that lifetime. While some learning can definitely still happen in a holiday lifetime, it's usually pretty subtle compared to the deep soul work of a learning-focused incarnation or other life focuses. So here's some signs you might be in a holiday lifetime. Life has flowed relatively easy for you. You were born into a loving and most likely financially secure family. You haven't had to face many serious hardships or traumas. You're aware that you've had it easier than many others around you. And you have a sense that your recent past lives were more difficult or demanding. So now back to how life focus affects how you manifest and why it's easier for some people to manifest. When you're in a holiday lifetime, your negative unjustified karma is put on hold or on ice. So that means it's going to be a lot easier for someone with this life focus to use techniques such as the law of attraction or the law of assumption. People with this life focus still benefit from evolutionary manifesting readings. It's just that their readings tend to be more straightforward because they're not going to have a karmic complex. So their guidance often centers around refining their manifestation strategy or just clearing minor blocks that are in their energy field. One challenge in the manifestation space is that individuals in a holiday or a rest lifetime who naturally manifest pretty easily using mainstream techniques often share advice based on their own experience. While well-meaning, this guidance can be misleading for someone in a more intense learning lifetime, especially if that person has a lot of negative unjustified karma. In these cases, standard manifesting techniques alone are not enough, and without deeper soul-level understanding, the person who's receiving this advice might feel disheartened or defeated when their efforts don't yield any results. Just as an example, think about two people who are trying to get fit. One person has always had a really fast metabolism and no injuries, so they give the advice to just eat clean and work out consistently. It's really easy. So that advice might work great for them, but if someone else is recovering from an old injury, has a slower metabolism or underlying health conditions, that same plan probably isn't going to work, and it might even be harmful or discouraging. This other person is going to need a more personalized approach, maybe some physical therapy, a different diet, and a slower timeline. That's exactly what I mean by saying that manifesting is not a one-size-fits-all process. Your soul's unique life focus, whether it's a holiday lifetime, a learning lifetime, or a contribution or support lifetime, plays a big role in how easily and quickly you can manifest your desires. What works effortlessly for someone in a holiday lifetime might feel frustrating or even impossible for someone who's navigating intense soul lessons or karmic challenges in a learning lifetime. Understanding your soul's focus helps you approach manifestation with more patience, compassion, and the right tools tailored to where you are on your journey. This way, you're not just repeating techniques blindly. You're evolving in alignment with what your soul wants to learn during its time here. If you want to know what your life focus is, you can book an evolutionary manifesting reading or a soul blueprint guide. The evolutionary manifesting reading tells you what your life focus is, and it tells you where you're currently at in your karmic cycle. And it tells you if you have any karmic complexes that are interfering with manifesting your intentions. It gives you a strategy and basically a complete roadmap that will help you successfully manifest your intentions. The Soul Blueprint Guide gives you a complete guide about your soul's history. It tells you your current life focus, your life lessons, and your soul gifts and more. I have included a link to both of these in the show notes. Thank you for tuning in today. Your time and energy are valuable, and it truly means so much that you're here. If this episode resonated, I'd be honored if you could share it with a friend, your community, or on your socials. Keep showing up for your vision, one aligned step at a time.